স্টিম বড় করে না না বড় কথা স্টিম বড় চলো স্টিম বড় করো করতে পারে না দেখুন পারে মুখে ডাক দাও মুখে ডাক দাও মুখে ডাক দাও মুখে ডাক দাও বড় করে দেখো
About Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Vishnu Paparamsa Parivachacharya Stotra Sati Shishmad Grace Bhakti Saranta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki Jai Ishkan Founder Chai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Prem Se Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopi Gopinath Samakuna Radha Kunigiri Govardhan ki Jai Vrindavan Mathura ki Jai Makuna Vidham ki Jai Jagannath Pradam ki Jai Gangamai Manmai ki Jai Tulasi Devi Bhakti Devi ki Jai Sankirtan Yajna Brihad Medanga ki Jai Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai Gaura Premanande Hare Gaura All glory to the Son of Lord, Hare Krishna. All glory to the Son of Lord, Hare Krishna. All glory to the Son of Lord, Hare Krishna. All glory to Shri Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman. All glory to Shri Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishwaya. Nami.
Excellent.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Radha
How are you?
Very good. Now that I see you. Welcome. Hare Krishna. Come.
Cái này, cái của con này. Itu kasih. Kasih kasih orang terbaru.
Hare Krishna.
Ada ada rotu. Baru ya. Agak mungkin ini.
Not that the others are not qualified. But there's the amount of time that we have. It's a little slower. This has to be up there. Okay. So he wants Chuck 9 chapter 11. Yeah.
You have another PC? So okay. Let's go to the
Yeah, that's a project. The only time.
even if it's not easier to use
That's right.
No, I'm looking at your control tissue.
ওদের প্রিন্টার আছে না?
হ্যাঁ
প্রিন্টার আছে না?
হ্যাঁ
আচ্ছা পরে আমি একটা প্রিন্ট করবো একটা জিনিস হ্যাঁ
Which one? Which one? So which one up here? This one?
10 more down.
Oh, the pastime.
I'm lost 11.
Okay.
There it is.
Are we going to be able to keep have it used so we can control it from here?
No, the HDMI only.
It has to be by the TV.
Ma, remote ko tayo. Remote, I don't know anything about it. There.
Oh, that's good. Can you do this for you again? Summary like that? All of a sudden.
No, not just
Let's Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
This chapter describes how Lord Ramchandra resided in Ayodhya with younger brothers and performed various sacrifices. Lord Ramachandra, Supreme Personality of Godhead, performed various sacrifices by which to worship himself. At the end of these sacrifices, he gave land to the Hota, Varyu, Gata, and Brahma priests. He gave them the eastern, western, northern, and southern directions respectively. In the balance, he gave to the Acharya. Lord Ramachandra's faith in the Brahmins and affection for his servants were observed by all the Brahmins, who then offered their prayers to the Lord and returned whatever they had taken from him. They regarded the enlightenment given to them by the Lord within the core of their hearts as a sufficient contribution. Lord Ramachandra subsequently dressed himself like an ordinary person and began wandering within the capital to understand what impression the citizens had of him. By chance, one night he heard a man talking to his wife, who had gone to another man's house. In the course of rebuking his wife, the man spoke suspiciously of the character of Sita Devi. The Lord immediately returned home, and fearing such rumors, he superficially decided to give up Sita Devi's company. Thus he banished Sita Devi, who was pregnant, to the shelter of Valmiki Muni, where she gave birth to twin sons, named Lava and Kusha. In Ayodhya, Lakshmana begot two sons named Angada and Chitraketu. Bharata begot two sons named Taksha and Pushkala, and Shatrughna begot two sons named Subahu and Shrutasena. When Bharata went out to conquer various lands on behalf of the emperor, Lord Ramachandra, he fought many millions of Gandharvas. By killing them in the fight, he acquired immense wealth, which he then brought home. Shatrughna killed a demon named Lavana and Madhuvana, and thus established the capital of Mathura. Meanwhile, Sita Devi placed her two sons in the care of Valmiki Muni, and then entered into the earth. Upon hearing of this, Lord Ramchandra was very much aggrieved, and he performed sacrifices for 13,000 years. After describing the pastimes of Lord Ramchandra's disappearance and establishing that the Lord appears for his pastimes only, Shukdev Goswami Shukdev Goswami ends the chapter by describing the results of hearing about the activities of Lord Ramchandra, and by describing how the Lord protected his citizens and displayed affection for his brothers.
I think that's the end.
How do you get back to this one?
This one.
Oh, sorry. Which one?
Oh, sorry. That one.
Up top like this?
No.
Let me see something like that. Actually, it's too much of what I'm doing. Wait a bit. Oh, come it. Does it go into it? It's just connected. That's good thing about it. Wait.
Internet problem.
Is it internet?
Yeah. Okay. This one? No.
Keep doing this. Yeah, internet issue. Can you do? Just talk about this on I just see you quick and look at myself. Just chill. So this is Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, Chapter 10, Text 51. Tretayam Vartamanayam Kalakrita Samo Bhava Rame Rajani Dharmagye Sarva Bhuta Sukhavare Translation. Though Ramchandra became king during Treta Yuga, but because of his good government, the age was like Satya Yuga. Everyone was religious and completely happy. Among the four yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali, the Kali Yuga is the worst. But if the process of one ashram dharma is introduced, even in this age of Kali, the situation of Satya Yuga can be invoked. The Hare Krishna movement or Krishna consciousness movement is meant for this purpose. Can we please close this door? Maybe we can close the blind.
We're not blind now.
Is that okay for you, Mataji? Okay. Kalerdosha nide rajan asti eko mahana kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangha param braje. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th Canto, Chapter 3, Text 51. If people take to the Sankirtan movement of chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, they will certainly be freed from the contamination of Kali Yuga. And the people of this age will be happy, as people were in Sati Yuga, the golden age. Anyone, anywhere, can easily take to this Hare Krishna movement. One need only chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, observe the rules and regulations, and stay free from the contamination of sinful life. Even if one is sinful, okay, do as you need. Continue. Wait, they keep moving like this and they're moving like this. Whoa, whoa. If people take the Sankirtan movement of chanting Hare Krishna, Hare, we'll say it together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They will certainly be freed from the contamination of Kali Yuga. And the people of this age will be very happy. Shall I say, will be happy as people were in Sati Yuga, the golden age. Anyone, anywhere, can easily take to this Hare Krishna movement. One need only chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, observe the rules and regulations, and stay free from contamination of sinful life. Even if one is sinful and cannot give up sinful life immediately, if he chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with devotion and faith, he will certainly be freed from all sinful activities, and his life will be successful. Param Vidyayate Shri Krishna Sankirtan. This is the blessing of Lord Ramchandra, who has appeared in this age of Kali as Lord Sri. So we have a few more minutes here. So let's point out some things here. In regards to making this age of core hypocrisy, it's a Kali Yuga, like Sati. There are a few things that Srila Prabhupada points out that if one sincerely do, then one can, without a doubt, be free from all sinful activities and in fact be successful. So, what are some things that is there in the purport? This is where class participation is required. What are some points that are made in terms of how one, things that one should do that are instructed by Srila Prabhupada in terms of making one's life successful? It's there in the purport. You don't have to concoct anything. Just read what you see. Chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Follow the rules and regulations. Yes. What do you see? Yes. Stay away from sinful life. Yes. Stay free from the contaminations in life. Yes. But then Prabhupada says, but if one is sinful but cannot give up some sinful activities, then he says what? But he says you can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra with what? And faith and devotion. Faith and devotion. We are all, first before we even begin, let us offer our respectful obeisance unto the Lotus feet of His divine grace, abide to the name of Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder and chairman of the Beautiful International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So, this material world, this age of chronic hypocrisy. Now, of course, there are 4 yugas, right? What are they? What are the names? Yes, yes. You're really intelligent. You know this really fast. Okay, go a little slower so everyone can hear. Yes, yes, yes. Ah, excellent. So these 4 yugas. And how many legs does a bull have? Ah, right? So as we go from Satya Yuga, Tritiya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, it is exactly as if a leg of the Dharma of the bull is cut. So the last leg in terms of Kali Yuga that is remaining is truthfulness. And it is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam that even that leg is shaking. The leg of truthfulness. Even that leg is shaking. So, if leg is shaking, it is not that stable. At any moment it could... And as you see from Satya Yuga all the way to Kali Yuga, things are becoming what? More and more degraded. People are becoming more and more involved in sinful activity. So yes, in the beginning everyone was more religious, engaged in so many wonderful spiritual Krishna conscious, activity, but medieval culture was very well, stressed and emphasized and even practiced by the kings and rulers. But as we go from Satya Yuga, Tritiya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga, it's only very small percentage of individuals. 25% of us are actually engaged in some aspect of religiosity or spiritual activity. So everything is becoming more and more degraded, more and more sinful. And so with this last leg of truthfulness shaking, this situation in terms of a fallen conditioned souls is that, in a nutshell, Srila Prabhupada, he says, simple living, higher thinking. Right? Simple living, higher thinking. What does simple living mean?
Simple living means your life is simple. Now you are aware everything is simple.
Your life is not simple?
Just
You let it like that.
you are only 2 or 3 o'clock. But I am all 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock. This is the difference between simple means that this is not a matter. I was always praying Krishna.
Yeah.
My mind is always thinking about Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
This is simple life.
Yeah.
Another, I need this one, I need this one, I need this one. This is critical life.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the difference between simple and
And complex life.
complex life.
Very complicated.
The Gauranga Mahaprabhu,
Mm-hmm.
his life, when I was watching his everything,
Yeah,
he was wearing like simple dress, he always saying Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. His life simple, as his thinking is simple, and how to prosper the people, the sinful life here.
Mm-hmm.
Our every step is sinful. Our every step, there is a lots of things. If my thinking is everything is good, is good. But if I think bad, everything is bad. So this is mind opening.
Yeah. You make one that if someone is thinking about Krishna, then life is really simple. And if someone is thinking, I need this, I need that, and they're not thinking about Krishna Bhagavan, life seems very, very, very difficult. Hellish, So when the living entity understands that they are, in fact, in terms of the constitutional position, that they're the eternal servant of Krishna. So they see themselves, I'm only thinking about Krishna. I only want to love and serve Krishna. I don't want anything. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he does what? Nadanam, Najanam, Nasuradim, Kavitam, Vajagrisikam, Mama Janmini Jamnishvare, Bhavatar Bhakti, Hotikitwai. He says, I don't want, I have no interest in money or women or power. I only want your causeless devotional service birth after birth. Then he says, Ayananda Tamuizikin Karam Pikitamam Vishami Babam Buddha, Kripaya Tavapa Rakam Gata to do this to Vichintaya. Oh son of Nanda Maharaj Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. So he is seeing and understanding himself that I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into this ocean of what birth and death and old age and disease. So please come and pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as an atom at your lotus feet. So simple life, it's like you're saying, one who's always thinking about Krishna, one who actually truly understands that they are eternally part and parcel of Krishna, and that they are the eternal servitor of Krishna. This simple living, and this higher thinking, like you said, thinking Krishna. So to act and to do in such a way that gives pleasure to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So outside of that life, outside of this Krishna conscious life is what? Very complicated, very difficult, so much suffering, experiencing so much difficulties at every step, right? So much. So the simple living, again, is to make one's life fixed on Krishna. But how can one do that? Again, we are, if you can take this down a little so you can see what is there. No. You don't have to move anything. It is the laptop that So again, simple living, higher thinking. But how does one, in this age of core hypocrisy, we're all engaged in so many different activities. We're considered fallen conditioned souls. How do we, as fallen conditioned souls, come into a situation where we can actually start living simple and thinking higher? Yes, please.
In the Ishopanishad, there's a principle that it's explained that one should only accept what is set aside for him as his own quota for his daily maintenance, and not take anything else, knowing well to whom it actually belongs.
Yeah. Very good point. Especially when we discuss things such as Varnashram Dharma, because in each ashram, the individual is allotted a certain amount of things that they need for their maintenance and sustenance, as well as in the varnas as well. None of it goes on Mars, we're discussing this point, like you're saying,
So in the Nectar of Instruction, the Rupa Goswami, he states to accept what is favorable for devotional service and to reject what is not favorable.
But what if the individual doesn't even know anything about devotional service? Because look at how many fallen conditioned souls there are out there. Yes, it's true that we all eternally part and parcel of Krishna. Some are aware of this fact, some of us are not aware of this fact. Thus for them, life is so complicated, but their thinking is very simple. They're not thinking at a high level, their thinking is simple. You ever talk to it? So, you ever thought, Babaji?
He have a question about how we call Mataji and Prabhuji. He yesterday called me mom. Why they call Mataji? Why they call Prabhu? What that mean?
This Mataji, her mother, her great mother. Prabhuji is one who has control of this. In fact, the one who is serving the Supreme Personality of God is Prabhu. And thus when we say Prabhu, we're actually putting ourselves, well, not only that we recognize, but we put ourselves in a situation where we say Prabhu, so we are gods. We see ourselves as gods and we say Prabhu. So please engage me in your service. I know that you're engaged in serving Supreme Personality of God. Srila Prabhupada would explain this to our Bhagavatam. So, so in regards to, of course, understanding what is, how to come to simple living and higher thinking, how to give up simple life, so on and so forth. As an individual, I have to come across the Sankirtan movement. You have to come across the Sankirtan movement. In other words, like Srila Prabhupada says, I have made your fortune. So now you go out and make the fortune of others. So that means that we must engage in more Sankirtan. Because if we don't engage in Sankirtan, if no one engages in Sankirtan in this age of quarreling and hypocrisy, then how are these fallen conditioned souls going to come across Srila Prabhupada first? How are they going to hear about the holy name? They won't. So really, it's not that we sit back and just say, oh, you know, whatever. So that means that we see that there is so much. This is what the acharyas, like Srila Prabhupada, Uttamadhikari. But since Uttamadhikaris, they come down to the Madhyamadhikari platform just to engage in preaching. Because their heart is full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls, right? He said the devotees are just like desire trees. So really, we know that from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 7, text 31-32, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramchandra, who has appeared in the age of Kali as Lord Gaurasundara, he himself is expressing how he is full of anxiety. He's very anxious. He's like, wow, everyone, all these impersonators and my bodies and all these different personalities, they're all running. I must devise some trick, some scheme in which I can capture them and give them all Krishna Prema. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants everyone to get Krishna Prema. So much so that he has taken this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and Krishna Prema, made a mala, and he has wrapped it around the whole planet. So those who are fortunate to have come across this Krishna consciousness, think about how we came across it. I came across through book distributors, Srila Prabhupada's mercy. Many of us have all come across the Krishna consciousness through the mercy of those devotees who are engaged in Sankirtan Yajna. So if we have this attitude of gratitude, if we're appreciative for the fact that we were given this rare opportunity, not only to have a human body, but to be engaged in devotional service, it's rare for someone to even take up that process alone. That out of that gratitude for Srila Prabhupada and for those Sankirtan devotees, that when we engage in some aspect of Sankirtan, to go out and distribute Srila Prabhupada books, and maybe you may not be able to distribute books. That's okay. But one can still engage in some aspect of Sankirtan Yajna. Perhaps you can acquire books for those devotees who are distributing books. Maybe you can make arrangements where you can invite some devotees to your home and then set up a program where you can have a lot of new people there so they can hear about Krishna and buy Krishna and Srila Prabhupada's books like this. So not only are we to take this process to our full satisfaction, just like we are to prashadam to our full satisfaction, right? This is all Srila Prabhupada's mercy. So we should read Srila Prabhupada's books to our full heart content. Read it, study it, because if we're actually studying Srila Prabhupada's books, then we understand how important these books are. And if we understand how important these books are, then we understand how important it is for others to get these books. This is my Srila Gurudev. He said this back in 2006 on his lectures. He said, if you're reading Srila Prabhupada's books, then you understand how important these books are. And if you understand how important these books are, then you understand how important it is for everyone to get these books. So if we're always hearing and chanting the glories of Krishna, if we are, then we'd be that much more enthused and eager to ensure or make sure that everyone has this wonderful opportunity to take to Krishna consciousness. Again, Srila Prabhupada has made our good fortune. Now it is our turn to make the good fortune of others. So that is how. And through, of course, constantly hearing and chanting and associating with the devotees, indeed, without a doubt, all these personalities, they will advance nicely, because if they take it up, they'll be able to give up sinful life by associating with devotees, even for Bhavanatra, obtain Saraswati, of perfection, so on and so forth. But we must undoubtedly hear from the bona fide or authoritative sources, and that is in divine grace about Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and his dear disciples, like that. So that is the point, that it is through this Sankirtan movement, through studying Srila Prabhupada's books, and encouraging everyone to read and study Srila Prabhupada's books, and chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra too. Because when you start associating with devotees, then you become, like for example, it says following rules and regulations, right? Srila Prabhupada gave a very wonderful response. I think it was in a letter or something like that to someone, because they were concerned about rules and restrictions and so on and so forth. Srila Prabhupada said, yes, chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, come take prasadam, come to our temple, our centers like this. He says, okay, but in terms of rules and regulations, we're simply replacing inferior activities with superior activities. So when we associate with devotees, without a doubt, you learn very easily how to give up such sinful activities or inferior activities for that higher taste, for those Krishna conscious activities, for those superior activities. And it is through this, associating with devotees, hearing and chanting and reading and studying Srila Prabhupada's books, can not only we as individuals advance in our spiritual life, but then at the same time, all those devotees of Lord Gauranga, as Srila Prabhupada states in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, that the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are so powerful that they, a single devotee, can liberate the whole universe. So it's not that you cannot do anything. Everyone has the power, the potency to do, but we as individuals have to take this process very seriously. We're serious and we're enthusiastic, then without a doubt, if we're serious and enthusiastically clinging tightly to the lotus feet of our spiritual master, undoubtedly we will be successful, and then of course anyone and everyone who comes into association with us will also be successful, and their life will be successful. And we have to make their good fortune by engaging in Sankirtan Yajna as well. So we cannot sit back and just think and complain. And then what a lot of people do in the material world, they just sit back and complain, but they don't want to be proactive. So if you're satisfied with this age of cruel hypocrisy, then you sit back and you don't complain. But if you are tired of all this nonsense in the material world, then be proactive by taking up Krishna, by engaging in Sankirtan Yajna. That is the proactive, that is how one finds a solution to the complexities of material life and just life in general. So one has to take to Sankirtan Yajna if one is not satisfied with this conflict living.
Our country's Joy Potaka Shami,
Yes.
when he was in Bangladesh, he and me same like we are playing Krishna.
Yeah.
But before he was not famous. Like first time, like 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, he was not famous. He's a simple people. But after day by day, he was a lot. And then when famous to famous to famous. Because why he is famous? Because his activities, everything, his simple life. But he always, when he advised the people, you need to do this one, this one, this one. Now, I am thinking about, when I watching last day, a couple of days ago, the Joy Pataka Swami has seat maybe. But while he was in Bangladesh, his body is big body and everything is good. But now, it's different. But he will advise people, somebody follow the rules, they are good. But nobody respect his rules, they are down.
That is true. If one does not adhere or stick strictly to the instructions of the spiritual master, then the life goes down. That is the issue with deviating from the instructions of the spiritual master.
His body is nice, but his activities, when he was simple life. Simple life means he's an American people, but everybody thinking he's a rich people, but he's not rich. But his life is simple, but he has a lots of power, knowledge.
So don't let the superficial aspect disturb you. Just like in the Upadeshamrita, it mentions that I believe it's the 5th or 6th sloka in the Nectar of Instruction, Upadeshamrita. It points out how even though the Ganges may have mud or may be foaming and stuff like that, that a person with high intelligence, a very advanced, intelligent, spiritually advanced person, they know, I will still bathe. So even though someone may externally appear to be sick or something like that, do not think for one moment that he does not have that potency. He's still potent. So it is still very much beneficial for one to hear and get his mercy. Actually, before I received the mercy of my Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj used to always give me his blessing, and then my Guru Maharaj gave me Diksha.
I always trying to touch his leg, but he never.
But Shri Guru Charane Rate say Uttamagati, if you want to get this feet, if you really want the feet is instruction, Vani. If you really want to grab hold of his feet, you grab hold of his Vani.
Everybody was trying to
You understand?
touch his leg, but he never.
No, because again, don't worry about the Vapu. The Vapu is transcendental. Always offer respect. Always try to render service. But if you really want to please him, you try to grab hold of that Vani. You grab hold of that Vani and say Uttamagati. And you obtain that ultimate, the supreme destination. Which is Golok Vrindavan. Which is what you want. A simple life. Instruction.
Yeah,
Instruction.
Vani,
Yeah, instruction. See, grab hold of the instruction. That is, don't do like this. That's not good enough. You must go like this. Gling, you know how children.
Touch my leg. You always trying for Krishna.
Yes.
Because I am a Das.
Yes. So, just enough time for the devotees to take the shower. So, I will take the offering up, and then we can do just a little chanting. Is there any other question in this regard? Everyone will engage in some Sankirtan Yajna?
When can we engage in Sankirtan Yajna with the devotees?
Right now! Why wait? Why wait? Wait now! What is the point of waiting? Bhakti, again, Srila Bhakti Saranta Saraswati Thakur was explaining to Abhay Charande. He said Bhakti is so important that it cannot wait for anything. So don't worry about, let me see if I need to change my shoes and this and that, comb my hair, whatever. No, it is now. Don't wait. now. You cannot wait for anything. That's how important, urgent Bhakti and Sankirtan Yajna is. Don't wait. Don't think, oh, I'll wait until I give up this shirt, this. I'm wearing so many clothing now. I want to live some. No, don't wait. You go now, just as you are. Don't wait. Just go. Everything. If this is proper,
everything is proper.
Then everything else will come properly. But you have to do first.
Your mind is good. Everything is good. Your mind is good.
So can the devotees do a little chanting of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra while we take your offering now? And then we proceed to the next program, which is Prashadam. Is that okay? Is Prashadam okay for everyone?
No.
You don't like Prashadam? You don't have to eat. We can distribute your portion to somebody else. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yeah. One at a time. These gopis. They can try to do all these things all at one time. Be careful.
You have to need to.
Push from out of you? Push. Oops, sorry.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna.
हरी हरी बोल कृष्ण दीजिए वाली प्रभु राम जी ओ कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण अरे माता की पसंद है
I'll take it to the temple. I have some service to do now. Thank you all very much. Vansi kapita rubyascha kripa sindhu dhyeka bhakti pranam bhavaniyo vaisnavebhyo namo namaha swaha. That made me sad. Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Shri Shri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Shri Shri Gaurita ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande Harenge.
Only temporary.
It was recording for 1 hour. Do not press on me. I'm here. Do not press. I don't press. I only look. Look. I up to the What the picture down there? Get out. Get out. You go away. What is it? You do like that. Who did that? How did you do that? Wait, what this is recording? Hey, do not press. Hey! Should we press something and something happens there? Oh. Press this, what happens? Hiya.
Baby better hug it. Baby cry.
Ah! Hiya. Look at my hand. I have a ball.